probably particularly anyone under the age of 60 or 65, it's the greatest Razorback football player you've seen in your time watching the Hogs. So that's our affection. That's our connection with Darren McFadden. And, while everyone's in favor of retiring numbers, and I get it, you're in a sport that has 105 scholarship players now. You can't retire all these numbers. Mm-hmm. You've got to make them available. So I think the way they're doing it, honoring him, you're right. His recognition, it's not like he's been forgotten. Let's not make it, like he's been the prodigal son out here and no one's remembered Darren McFadden, for 20 years. That's not true.
How many?
But honoring him individually and specifically is overdue at Arkansas.
And they're doing it at halftime. How many, I was thinking about this when I was kind of setting up for the show and also this morning, how many current players do you think actually know who that is? Darren McFadden.
I think the majority. I mean, particularly if you're a player at Arkansas, because I hadn't been in the Fred Smith Center down in the bowels of the building in a while, but last few times I've been in there, Darren McFadden's image, Darren McFadden's accomplishments have been front and center. So I think he has been a key part of recruiting in our state and out of our state. Darren McFadden's well known.
Speaking of recruiting, apparently it's going to be a big recruiting weekend for Arkansas. We brought this up with Richard Davenport on Wednesday. I saw this Rivals headline that Arkansas is going to have several high-profile visitors this weekend with the Aggies in town, and hopefully you'll either get some kids to maybe recommit to Arkansas or maybe some kids that are committed elsewhere, committed to your Hogs this weekend.
All right, it's Football Friday here on the Morning Rush, brought to you by QC Kinetics. They've been so successful. People with chronic joint pain are learning that there are other options besides steroids, meds, and surgery. Patients fighting pain can get lasting relief using advanced cellular-level treatments with QC Kinetics. They're right here in Northwest Arkansas. It's a simple injection, no hospital stay. It's fast, and it's all natural. Everything they use to help your body feel better comes right from your body. So, I mean, this isn't anything from a pharmaceutical company they're going to inject in you. This isn't some clinical trial. This isn't something that they're hoping will work. These are things that over thousands and thousands and thousands of satisfied patients can make you feel better with no surgery, drugs, or downtime. 479-999-1234 is the number. They're right here in Northwest Arkansas, 999-1234 for QC Kinetics.
I might need it. My legs were sore this morning. You made a comment. Some other people made some comment. Getting old, man.
I don't want to hear from the 30-year-old how he's got achy joints or you don't even know what it feels like yet.
Well, I feel like I've maxed out my athleticism, but I don't know if anyone watched last night. Some guys have it. This is last night. I want you to think, this is going to be our opening drive in just one sec. The combination of Joe Flacco, Aaron Rodgers, and Max Scherzer, 40, 40, and 41, or 41, 40, and 41. Pretty crazy last night what the old heads were doing.
Got it. Ball game. The Dodgers win it. Sasaki closes the door. Los Angeles wins it 3-1. Guerrero with a fly ball to right. He's hit it well. It is gone. Just enough to get it out of here. His fifth home run of the postseason, and it is 6-2.
Rodgers avoids the sack. Deep downfield, caught at the 35-yard line, and going all the way to the end zone is Freiermuth. Pat Freiermuth, 68 yards. Snap good, hold good, pick good. What a night.
This is the opening drive.
Think about the timeline for Joe Flacco this week. Gets traded from the Browns to the Bengals, doesn't have any time to learn the offense, goes 31 of 47 and 3 touchdowns at 40 years old. And then Rodgers on the other side has success. They should have won last night, but since he ended up keep driving and whatnot. But Scherzer, Rodgers, Flacco, what is that? 122 years combined last night.
You're leaving Brady out. Who was really the kind of the most recent godfather of guys playing late into their playing years. But we know more. We take care of our bodies better. Well, some do.
Some of us
do. And they follow the TB12 dietary plan. They They take all these other supplements, and I mean, you're 40's the new 30.
I wonder how Phil's feeling this morning. I know we'll hear his reaction on halftime as again, Steelers had a chance to win that game, weren't able to against the division rival. Toronto tied it up with Seattle last night 8-2. Dodgers up 3-0 on the Milwaukee Brewers, one of the best teams in baseball, and just not that Dodgers. It's so annoying when you look at their payroll comparatively to everyone else in the MLB and what they spend and what they have in their arsenal. I would just be so hacked off if I was a Brewers fan and knowing that. The Red Sox have done it, I guess, against the Yankees, but that series is over.
Well, and how would you feel if you're a Dodgers fan spending all that money and you didn't get there? Or how would you feel as the ownership and the management? Hey, we invested all this money. I mean, it is an example where money can get you to the championship round, but there are still plenty of places where, we're seeing it more and more in college football. You spend the money and it doesn't always equal wins.
Guy texted in last night's battle was called the geriatric QB Bowl. That's what between Rodgers.
We forget they've put skirts on the quarterbacks now. I mean, you can't touch these guys. So, I mean, that helps you stick around longer, too.
Rodgers,
you don't take the shots you used to take.
They didn't look like a bunch of old stiffs out there, though. They were moving around. They looked pretty good.
They were slinging it. There was a point last night, so Rodgers throws that late touchdown to Pat Freiermuth, and then one of his offensive linemen tackle him, and he got up irate and angry and funny. Now, keep in mind, this is a 300-plus pound offensive lineman in celebration in the midst of, again, what they thought was the game-winning go-ahead touchdown for Pittsburgh. And I don't know how I would react in that situation if one of my teammates jumped on top of me. I would hope I wouldn't have the same ticked-off look that Rodgers did and the cussing that looked like came out of his mouth. But maybe if I got tackled by a 300-plus pound dude, I wouldn't feel that
Be
good.
mad at your lineman. Hey, block that guy. Somebody block him. All right, that
was his own teammate. I'm saying his own teammate tackled him in celebration.
I didn't see it, so... But, I mean, those guys don't like getting hit by, and that's why they've, outlawed, more or less, penalize you if you're a defensive lineman. You just basically pile drive somebody anymore. They're trying to keep these guys they pay a bunch of money to healthy. All right, that's the opening drive brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions. I was there yesterday visiting with Matt. Their office is such a great place because it's laid back. You don't walk in and feel like, man, this is stuffy. I need to dress up to go see my attorney. Man, it is a really great culture and atmosphere at Mock Legal Solutions. They have an office in Salisaw right across from the courthouse. So they're licensed in Oklahoma, can see in Sequoia County, take care of Sequoia, LaFleur, Adair, all the surrounding counties. And, of course, in Fort Smith as well, licensed in 2 states, whatever area you're looking at. And right now they have room for more criminal cases and more criminal law. So if you found yourself involved in a DWI, you found yourself, maybe wrongfully accused in a criminal case, or you need help in working through these matters, Jackie's there for you with over 13 years of experience when it comes to criminal law. 479-769-1505 is the number. 769-1505, or go to mocklegalsolutions.com.
So the big stat before we get into our Fence Man Friday pick surrounds Vanderbilt, which is for the first time since 1988 a favorite in an SEC football game. It's been that long.
Oh, they in any game? They've not been favored
177 games later. First side, it's not 88, excuse me.
Say, hang on. Even with Cutler, they weren't favored in any of those games?
Apparently not. 178. It's 1978, not 88, by the way. They're 2.5 point favorites against the LSU Tigers this weekend in Nashville.
177 games in 40. No, that doesn't add up.
Think about it. They used
40 times 8 games would be 320 games.
I don't think they used to play 8 games a year.
Okay, if you played 5 in 40 years, I mean,
I'm just reading the statistics.
Right.
Everyone's been talking. I didn't do the math. I was like, oh, this is.
I don't know. Something doesn't add up there in my head. We'll look at it later. Hassall Sean yesterday. The Fence Man joins us now for our Fence Man Friday picks. We had some lunch over at Art's Barbecue yesterday. Sean, it was a good time yesterday. Catching up with you, man. Sounds like you're super busy.
We are. We're very blessed. The whole Northwest Arkansas, River Valley, Eastern Oklahoma. Everybody's been really great. Give us a phone call. It makes my staff and everybody here proud to know that a lot of people out there would like to have a fence. So, we're blessed. Can't complain.
Well, Arkansas went to the wire with Tennessee last week. Some of us were on the Hogs, some of us were on the Balls. Let's find out how we did a week ago in our Fence Man Friday picks.
OU's a 1-point favorite in Dallas, Texas. Who you got?
No.
Boomer Sooner.
No.
I'm taking the Sooners in this one, too.
I'm with you guys. Boomer Sooner all the way.
Auburn, Tommy, is a 3.5-point dog against the visiting Bulldogs.
Give me Georgia, and I'll lay the points.
I'll also take Georgia.
Georgia Bulldogs all the way.
3-point dogs at home against the hot Crimson Tide squad.
I got Alabama.
I'm going to take Drinking Company.
Missouri's going to come out and shock them.
The Tennessee Volunteers are 12-point favorites.
Give me Tennessee, and I'll give the points away.
So I got the Vols 45-35, but I do have the Razorbacks covering.
Razorbacks covering, possibly win.
Sean was the closest.
That was close. Possibly win.
They almost pulled it out in Knoxville, Tennessee, but it came up just short. So that was what was it? 12? Would I say 12.5 when the game before the game started to get higher? I don't remember.
Well, it came down as we got closer. It came down to 10 last week.
Yeah, this week you think about where Arkansas was. I did not do what you suggested to do. I just kept it at 7.5, staying at kind of at that point. But Razorbacks are again still the home underdog against Texas A&M this weekend. We'll get into that game in just a bit. We're going to do 3 SEC games, then we'll pick the Holy War, and then we'll pick Arkansas and Texas A&M. The game that we were just talking about where Vanderbilt, again, hasn't been a favorite in a while. LSU in town. The Tigers trying to get a big win against Diego Pavia and company. Tommy, where do you land on this one? Vanderbilt's a 2.5-point favorite.
Is Johnny Manziel going to be on the sideline again for the Commodores?
Wouldn't be surprised if he was.
I'll ride with LSU at 3.5. You're telling me LSU's getting points against Vandy, and I'm going to turn that down? No thanks. I'll take LSU.
I think Sean. I think Vanderbilt, they get it done. They play teams tough already this season. I think they had a better chance at Alabama than that score indicated. So I'm going to say Vanderbilt gets a big win coming off a bye against LSU. I've got Vanderbilt winning by at least 3 points tomorrow.
Well, it's really tough to decide on which is which. I mean, you want to go. I really want someone to beat LSU because it makes us look better. So, yep, let's go with Vanderbilt.
All right, the Ole Miss Rebels going down to Georgia. Their toughest task yet, taking on the Bulldogs, where they're a 7.5-point favorite. Tommy, you got the Dogs or you got the Rebs?
7.5's too much. Georgia wins the game, but it's a close one. I'll take Ole Miss in the points.
I tend to think this is a game that Georgia wins anywhere from like 10 points to 2 touchdowns. So I'm going to take Georgia, Sean, to cover in this one.
I'm going to take Ole Miss in the points.
All right, next game, the third Saturday in October. The Tennessee Volunteers going to Alabama. It's been a while since Tennessee has won in Tuscaloosa. Alabama, Tommy, an 8.5-point favorite.
Jeez. I'll take Tennessee in the points.
Man, Alabama's won 3 straight top 25 games. I'll go with you. I think this is a close game. Tennessee, I think, was still looking ahead when they played the Razorbacks last week. So I've got Tennessee covering, but Alabama prevailing, Sean.
Tennessee winning.
Ooh, head up.
Head up. Okay.
Yep.
Smoke them cigars.
Holy war between the USC Trojans against Zach Arns' Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Tommy, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish are 9.5-point favorites at home against USC.
Notre Dame.
I think USC typically struggles on the road under Lincoln Riley. I know it's not frigid in South Bend right now, but I'm going to take Notre Dame to cover as well, Sean.
Same here, Notre Dame.
Yeah, who would have thought we'd see a day where Notre Dame was the second best football program in the state of Indiana?
It's pretty wild.
It is, isn't it?
Especially after last season, they kind of beat Indiana down a little bit. All right, last game, and I had it incorrect earlier. It's not 7.5. Arkansas is an 8.5-point dog on the Bet Saracen app right now against the Aggies. Tommy, where do you go on this?
History says this one's awfully close. I think this is the best A&M team we've seen in 4 or 5 years, and Arkansas hasn't played well at home. That series has had close games, but all those at neutral sites down in Dallas for the most part. So I hope I'm wrong, and I'm going to take the Aggies and lay the points.
I'm going to take Arkansas on this one. I bet on it earlier this week, and honestly, I got it for a point less, so maybe I should rebet it, but I'm too lazy. So I think the Razorbacks keep it close, similar as they did in Knoxville. I just don't know if they have enough tools to overcome the Texas A&M talent. So I've got the Aggies winning, but I've got Arkansas covering, Sean.
I'm going to follow suit with you, but I really believe with the potential chance of rain, and you know how hogs and pigs love to play in the wet and the slop, so we may have an advantage there. So, and I think A&M's not going to be prepared. I think they're going to come in thinking we're easy win. They've already marked it on their board, and I think we're going to actually, the way the Hogs played last week, I think we just had a couple of minor errors. If we can clean those up, I really think we could probably pull this one off, but I'm taking my Hogs and the points.
All right, those are our Fence Man Friday picks. Doug in Fayetteville just texted on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline that he just got a Fence Man fence at his house. Couldn't be happier. So, Sean, there's another satisfied customer with Doug in Fayetteville. I guess you guys have seen him recently.
Yeah. We service, Northwest Arkansas, Eastern Oklahoma. We go all the way out to, if you want a fence and you want a fence man fence, we'll find you, or you can find us and we'll come to you. We take pride in anywhere we go. And whether it's simple, you need a couple of hinges changed out, a lock changed out, a latch or something like that, or a full fence or even full security fence. You get the same service whether you're spending $100 or you're spending $10,000. We're here to make sure every customer goes away smiling.
Here's the thing I like is you did the fence at my mom's, and I know we know each other and we're friends, but man, my mom had a few things there at the end and just some details that she wasn't quite satisfied with. Man, y'all went right over. You got it fixed. You didn't charge her anymore because it was really important, not just because she was my mom, but any customer with yours, you want to make sure that there's no little details that leave them with any bad taste in their mouth.
Yes. That is the one thing I tell most of my customers, all of them, should I say. There's one thing you can always guarantee with me: I will never leave you. We're all subject to some things. Sometimes wood warps. We get a little bit of, some vendor materials aren't just right, or my guys didn't do as good as they should have that day. Who knows what happened. But the one thing you can count on, the fence man and my staff, we will stay with it until you're 100% happy. We will go back as many times as it takes to put a smile on your face.
782-3936, or see pictures of their work and maybe a little more of a catalog of what they can do for you, thefencemanAR.com. Sean, I know you're headed to the game tomorrow. Enjoy it. Stay dry, and we'll talk to you next Friday.
Y'all have a great one. Thank you.
All right, text in here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Missed it. This is from HR guy. He missed the LSU prediction. Whit Weeks is questionable. Their outstanding linebacker once again, and Garrett Nussmeier still looks off. Something to monitor in this Vanderbilt game heading in. Tommy, I don't know if this is how, again, social media and things you see on the internet deceive us. I think Colton knows where I'm going. There's a video out there of Whit Weeks shaving his head in front of Landry, and people are insinuating that
Samson and Delilah.
Yeah, Samson and Delilah.
Taking the man's strength away from him.
His hair's been his strength, and now he's cutting it, and he's not going to be the same All-American equivalent linebacker that he was last year because Delilah, a.k.a. Lander Kiffin, is taking away his skill set.
Going full biblical, parables here.
Yeah. I was cracking up, but that is that's a key part. Nussmeier's been hurt, sprained ankle. Seems like something else is off. And man, I'll tell you what, quarterbacks in the SEC, what we thought versus what we think on October 17th isn't anywhere close to what we were thinking in July.
No, and that's the fun of the drama, right? That's the fun of watching the story unfold every fall across the SEC. All right, if you're headed to Fayetteville, or maybe you're going to be traveling this weekend, not in the area, wherever you're going, doesn't matter. Download the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell. Whether you're craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, Taco Bell has got you covered. Get the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell in the Apple app or Google Play Store. You can listen to us live. You can follow all the press conferences and all the YouTube videos and connect with us in the studio. Send us an audio message. There is so much there. It's the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell.
All right, so we got our Hog Update coming up. Traylon Burks has found himself a new home. Mike Irwin had some comments on the upcoming Arkansas job that I want to get into. And again, Darren McFadden going to be honored at halftime tomorrow between the Arkansas Razorbacks and the Texas A&M Aggies. Excited about that. It is a Football Friday brought to you by QC Kinetics. Stay with us here on the Morning Rush Hog Update coming your way next.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
There's never been anything like this.
This is the Morning Rush.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Designed by Jason Christie, the Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait doesn't just bring the fight, it dominates. Choose from 3 blade options: Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't talk about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma blade is your secret weapon for pressured waters. Precision engineering, tournament proven, and one mission: dominate. Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait, here for one thing.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
This is a pretty frequent topic of discussion in that cutthroat Arkansas sports radio market.
This is the Morning Rush.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Have you had Cheerwine yet? The cherry flavored soda has had people coming back since 1917. This is RD with Platinum Distributing. We help bring Cheerwine to the River Valley for you to try. Nothing goes with food like Cheerwine. Burgers, barbecue, pizza, you name it. Okay, now we're hungry and thirsty. Cheerwine is a one-of-a-kind soft drink with a unique cherry taste that has been delighting Southerners for more than a century. Pick up Cheerwine at your local Jam Mart, Harps, and other fine establishments. Cheerwine, uniquely Southern since 1917.
Why wait till Monday for your dental emergency? At Valley Urgent Dental, we know your pain cannot wait. Broken tooth, painful infections, sports injuries, we've got you covered. Dr. Kendall Roberts and Dr. Doug Terry are here when you need them most. Call them at 479-235-5655. Valley Urgent Dental is available on weekends when your regular dentist is closed. Valley Urgent Dental at 5505 Uper Lane behind Golden Corral in Fort Smith. Do not wait. Your smile deserves immediate care. Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird Real Estate Group has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at limbirdteam.com. LIMBIRD.
Poto Balloon Fest, Friday and Saturday, October 17th and 18th. Oklahoma's longest-running balloon festival. Balloon monster truck, helicopter, and carnival rides. Balloon glows each night. ACBS competition. Fireworks, food trucks, craft vendors. Poto's Balloon Fest. Poto Balloon Fest, Friday and Saturday, October 17th and 18th. Oklahoma's longest-running balloon festival. Balloon monster truck, helicopter, and carnival rides. Balloon glows each night. ACBS competition. Fireworks, food trucks, craft vendors. Poto's Balloon Fest.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
It's football season, and that means tailgate parties and gathering with friends. River Point Wine and Spirits has all your favorite party supplies. You'll love our clean, organized store full of all the best liquor, wine, and beer. At River Point, we're a family-owned business where customer service is always our priority. Your journey, our spirit. River Point Wine and Spirits, Grand Avenue and I-540.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those. This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
Everybody, woo big Suey. This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Yo, what up, Razorback fans? Darren McFadden here. Hey, I just want to tell you guys, man, I really appreciate you guys for the continued love and support, man. It makes me proud to be a Razorback, man. It makes me proud to put that Razorback red on. I want to tell you guys, like I said, I really appreciate it. I'll be back on the hill this Saturday for the Texas A&M game, man. I hope to see you guys there. I want you guys to go and come on out, man. Support our Hogs, man. Let's cheer them on. And hopefully I'll run into you guys. Take care. Have a good one. And always go Hogs.
Darren McFadden back in town this weekend to see his number 5 honor at halftime. I just kind of was thinking about this the last day or so. They do this? Should they do this for a player or two before the Kentucky basketball game? Z's now kind of in charge of the player relation stuff for the foundation. Throw some jerseys up in the rafters and Bud Walton. Todd Day, start there. Beating Kentucky. I guess they won 3 straight regular season games when they entered the league. I mean, do you start? You already kind of get that in the works for basketball coming up in a few months?
We can't water down. I'm not saying Todd Day's not worthy. We can't water down, though. Every time we turn around, we're retiring a number, honoring a jersey, putting something in the rafters. We need a few championships to go along with that stuff. I mean, this is amongst the highest honors you can give a player is to set their number aside. Again, they're trying to find other ways to do it because of expanded rosters, but let's not just get carried away. Todd Day is one of the greatest Razorbacks of all time, and I hear what you're saying, but I don't think you just – every great player that comes along, there's going to be other great players. You just can't put their number aside.
But is it not like, and you've been, I know I stepped foot in the Dean Smith Center, and I know North Carolina basketball has more history in Arkansas, but it's almost like an intimidation factor when you see that. And I think players want to be able to show, former players want to be able to show their kids, their families and stuff beyond. I get where you're saying.
Michael Jordan didn't play here.
He didn't want to water it down, but at the same time, it's like I know they've got the outdated museum, but why not put that in front for all to see? I figured you'd be on board with something.
Well, I mean, I just think it's one thing to honor a team. It's one thing to even honor an individual. I think you need to be really careful when you cross the line about retiring numbers.
I don't want Day's number retired. They need to do something like Darren. Throw his name up on the. Obviously, it's going up in Donald W. Do the same in Bud Walton. I don't think you should retire numbers because people take away. I think you should.
When you hang a number in the rafters, you may still see it. I mean, that's kind of what you're doing.
So the all-time leading scorer shouldn't be up there.
Again, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying. You can't have that. You can't do something like this that's contrived every time there's a big game. That's my point.
I just thought about like the significance coming to the league against Kentucky in the SEC. You beat them 3 straight regular season times. Todd Day.
Todd's one of the greatest Razorbacks of all time in our program history. Right? There's no argument about that.
All right, keeping up your Hog Update. Traylon Burks expected to sign with the Commanders, according to Ian Rappaport. Good to see Traylon land on his feet somewhere after, again, an injury-plagued start to his NFL career. Which has just been, he dealt with this in he tore his ACL, I think his senior year at Warren, dealt with some, I feel like he was always banged up at Arkansas, but just gutted it out and played through it. So, sounds like he's going to Bruce Stan's Commanders, Tommy.
Well, and too good a guy, big hands, can catch radius that's huge, too talented to not get another crack at this. So, hopefully it works out well for him.
All right, that is your Hog Update here on a Football Friday. Hog Update always brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
All right, National Pasta Day. Go to pasta.
Linguine.
Cold Colton?
Bow tie, my favorite.
Okay, I'm simple spaghetti guy. Larry Rath, go-to pasta?
Spaghetti guy.
Okay,
Well,
like-minded.
straight up.
Like-minded,
Yeah.
okay. Well, it's just easy. Grandma, mom,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
easy. Easy to go to.
And good.
And good. Speaking of good, I know we got a lot of good things going on at Rath Auto Resources and Rath Mitsubishi. David was telling about everything going on with the 0% on Mitsubishis for 60 months. And I know on the pre-owned inventory right now at Rath Auto Resources, what, like 300,000 plus in savings? Something like
I
that?
wish people, I need people to quit bringing that up. That's good for everybody but me, but just a really good time to save. I mean, we've got some big markdowns on a big inventory, road ready certified pre-owned cars. You know, we just won best of the best in River Valley again for used cars, and it's because we sell the best used cars, road ready certified. You can't buy a better used car. These are inspected, they're hand-picked, then they're covered by a comprehensive warranty. You just can't buy a better car. We've got a great selection of them right now with big savings. So come on in. And I hear it's going to rain tomorrow. Today would be the day. Come in and see us today. Let one of our friendly non-commissioned solution specialists find the one that's just right for you. Let us take care of the price and payment. We'll make it fit your budget. We'll get you driving better today. At Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale, those new Mitsubishis with that 0%, they're going pretty fast. We got a good selection, 25 Outlanders to 25 Eclipse Cross. We've got a great selection of new Mitsubishis with a 5-year, 60,000-mile full coverage warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and 0% for 60 months right now. So great things going on at both stores. Come see us today, Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. Check us out online at rathauto.com.
Rain tomorrow means bad hair day for Larry. That's what rain tomorrow means.
Yeah, it's a cap day, straight up. Man.
Larry, have yourself a good weekend, okay?
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good one. Folks, come and see us.
You got a rain dance we can do to get the rain. The weather is now starting before the game and all during the game.
Rain dances bring the rain in, traditionally.
We need the opposite of that.
I don't know what the anti-rain dance would be. Hey, it's Football Friday, brought to you by QC Kinetics. More and more these days, people have lived with pain, but they're finding a better way to relieve joint pain without surgery, drugs, or downtime. That's where our friends at QC Kinetics come in. Don't keep fighting the pain. Get lasting relief using advanced cellular-level treatments. QC Kinetics Regenerative Medicine can revitalize your joints using growth factors from your own body. Hey, call and find out more. 479-999-1234. 999-1234 for QC Kinetics.
Morning Rush Daily Question coming up, and Coach Kirk Cignetti signs a massive deal at IU.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
Cheering for the other SEC schools is like cheering for the devil because he's in the Bible. I'm not going to do it.
This is the Morning Rush.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of Beef. It's whatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Designed by Jason Christie, the Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait doesn't just bring the fight, it dominates. Choose from 3 blade options: Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't talk about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma blade is your secret weapon for pressured waters. Precision engineering, tournament proven, and one mission: dominate. Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait, here for one thing.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Quit telling me it's the most Arkansas thing ever. No, it's not. Because the most Arkansas... No, you're wrong.
This is the Morning Rush.
Dozy Place has been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years, and now they're offering smoked prime rib on the weekends. It's a limited supply, so get your reservations in early. Try one of their delicious appetizers or your choice of drinks from the area's largest selection of wine, beer, and liquor. Doe's Eat Place open Tuesday through Thursday 5 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming features and events. Call 479-784-9111 for Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd Street in Fort Smith.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. All this month, take advantage of huge discounts on our road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, reconditioned, and backed by comprehensive warranty. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
The Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
The first thing I'd do if I became a millionaire is, call my mom.
I would buy my mother a Maserati.
I definitely would buy a jet. Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 Fort Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpathsocial.com.
All right, this one's for group participation, so you can call or text on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. You can bet on anything these days. James Franklin right now has the second best odds to be the next head coach at Arkansas. Whether you think that's reality or not, that's what the betting lines say. You can also bet on the next coach fired. Luke Fickell, 2-1. He's Wisconsin's coach. Billy Napier at Florida, 5-2 odds. Mike Norvell at Florida State's 11-4, and Hugh Freeze at Auburn is 7-2. Here's the Morning Rush Daily Question. Of those four names, Fickell, Napier, Norvell, or Hugh Freeze, if you could have any of those four, which one would it be and why? If they could be your next head coach.
Freeze, Fickle, Napier, and who's the other one?
Fickle, Napier, Norvell, or Freeze.
Norvell.
Yeah.
Nah,
there's
it's
no
not even
question about
close.
that.
If anyone says anything different than that, you're an idiot. What? That's not even a debate. Talking about Fayetteville?
That's the question.
Yeah, Norvell.
If you could pick, and you can pick one, they will take the job, you can make the money work, all those things. We're just going to throw out reality. But you could pick, that's your candidate pool. All four want the job. All four will take the job. Which one you pick?
I thought you were going to ask who's about to get fired first.
Well, that's the odds. I don't know who loses this week, So
Neighbor could get fired if he wins because they had a bye week coming up.
Fickle's odds of getting fired next is 2-1. But, question is, somebody's hiring a fired coach. Lots of people are going to hire a coach that's been fired this season. Any of those names excite you?
Norvell.
All right.
1,000%. If Arkansas could get its hands on Mike Norvell, my goodness, yes.
Do you think he might have Gus in his
him.
ear that, hey, you might not want to go there?
I think he'd bring him with him.
Yeah, that would be
Gus. We'd have another coach circle back.
Golly, mighty.
I'm going to say Gus wouldn't come.
Gus comes back as the offensive coordinator where he started in 2006. That would just be, you talk about, you have two full circles, Petrino and Gus, back-to-back years.
Maybe that's what you need to complete the healing process.
And Nutt is the AD,
And
right?
the curse just ends. Well, that was the play.
Hey, that's how this whole thing anymore, college sports, Petrino back here, isn't it like a House of Cards deal anymore? You ever watch the Netflix series House of Cards with Spacey? It's almost written like, particularly here in Arkansas with Petrino, the way he disgracefully left and came back and was, kind of the vice president, if you will, of the team as the OC, and then something happens to the big boss, and now he's in the big chair. I'm not saying it was all scripted, but there is some parallels between House of Cards and what's happened here.
Netflix can do something with it.
That's an older series. I don't think I'm spoiling anybody.
Isn't that based on the Clintons?
I don't know that it was based on anything. It got wild and out there in the last few years of it, but. Anyway.
Got some responses to your question. Eric
right.
Fayetteville says none of them.
All right.
Wookie, I don't know if I can say that second word of his text. I wouldn't want any of them if I could pick. Like why Norvell, he's been laying eggs ever since the undefeated season. Norvell is not coming, according to JT in Hot Springs, because of some of the boosters being stupid during the search when Chad Morris was hired. Was that the thing where they... I don't even know if I want to bring it up because I don't know. There's so much that goes on during the midst of coaching searches that you hear, you don't know is true or not or what's reality. It is pretty wild what is said behind the scenes about certain college football coaches. I know what JT's talking about. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. Number one place for indoor golf in all of Arkansas. You can play one of over 1,000 different courses at Cart Pass Social. They got league play going on right now, which is a lot of fun. It is a fantastic place. Take your team, take your family, take your buddies to watch college football, the NFL. You don't want to be in the rain tomorrow in Northwest Arkansas? Then stop by Cart Pass Social indoors and play some golf and watch the Hog game. 122 Grant Place in Lowell, cartpasssocial.com. To the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, Big Keith has called in. What's up, Big Keith?
Hey, Big Keith up in the house. How you guys doing?
Man, we're good. Ready for a big weekend. Ready for an upset, Keith.
Oh, no, not me. Hey, you guys moved on a bit, but I was calling to talk about you guys were saying about people wanting to retire the jersey and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think we should do that. I think we should, but we could have two things, either like a ring, a circle of, champions or I don't know.
We have a Hall of Honor,
Yeah, like a ring of honor, put it there. And I would also, here's what I would really like. How we got that big TV screen up there? Let's have one that's kind of big, but not too big. And then have the ring of honor or the video of the pipe goes that strolls through all the ones that all the best players of everything.
What if we did this, Big Keith? And I know Walmart has a logo on those big elevator shafts that are at the end of the south end zone. You know what I'm talking in the corners?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
What if you made that like your Cowboys Ring of Honor type thing? Well, yeah, I don't know if you can do it around the ring of the stadium because it doesn't completely go all the way around, but you could take one of those, and what they are, they're elevator shafts, but they're very visible to the entire stadium. You could make that a place where you put number 5 in McFadden's name. You could put Lance Allworth up there. I mean, you know, in honor the all-time greats of the program in that way.
Yeah. Yeah. See, something like that, or like I said, that little TV screen somewhere would be really nice, though, to see all of them. You know what I mean? They could show the player, you know, like McFadden, and then show one of his best plays. And then show the other guy, and then show one of his best plays. And just have it run on a loop.
That way we wouldn't have to watch the game, would we? We could just watch that.
Hey, in between, you know what I mean? Hey, that would honor me big time to keep having them show me up there. I mean, I'd like it.
What would
Anyways,
if we were going to show Keith up there? What would we show?
A big Keith up in the house.
Yeah. What
I'm looking out my front room window.
What accomplishment would we highlight?
I would say, you want to know what the best thing I ever did in my life?
Call this show. No, I'm kidding.
No, I was at a casino in California, and I was playing Pai Gow Poker, which is an Asian game. And about 8 p.m., I was down to my last $5, and I ended up walking out of there at 9 a.m. the next day with about $14,000.
You're the man.
Yeah, that was a crazy night. That was, I don't know how that happened, but it did. I ended up putting money on a house and buying a bunch of stuff. So that's my biggest accomplishment, I would say.
Well, that's a hell of a note. Keith, have a great weekend.
Thanks, guys.
Down to his last dollar. Turns it into 14 grand.
Well, speaking of money.
The stuff movies are made of right there.
Speaking of money, Kirk Cignetti has signed an extension with Indiana, 8 years, $11.6 million per year, makes him the third highest coach in college football. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. I win. Google me.
You think about what he's done at Bloomington, and I know the Big Ten is different than the Southeastern Conference, but no one has ever associated Indiana with a quality football program. Have you? Can you name? Colton? Can either of you two? And I can't. Can you name one historic Indiana football player?
No, didn't Corso coach there though?
Yes, he coached there.
He didn't play there. He's obviously a Florida State player, but no. Larry Bird played at Indiana State. Correct. It was a different sport.
Sycamores.
Yeah, it was a different sport too. But no. I can't name you one Indiana. But Bob Knight didn't coach the football team.
Yeah, he was a popular name amongst circles that either are going through a coaching change like Penn State or are about to like Florida. And now he's going to stay put. His buyouts, I think, $10+ million if he tries. Or actually, I think it's 15. It goes down to 10 if he tries to jump ship. We talk about blue bloods in college football. We talk about great programs that have just been consistently good. Does that? And I know again, it's in the Big Ten. It's a little different. It's more top heavy than the SEC. But does something like this give you hope if you get the right coach in the right spot that you can have high level of success like they're currently enjoying in Bloomington?
I just asked Chat, most famous Indiana Hoosier football player, Antoine Randall.
Pretty good.
1998 to 01.
Yeah. Pittsburgh Steeler.
Other notables, Trent Green.
Okay, Trent went to Indiana.
Kevin Coleman, running back, part of the Falcons Super Bowl team.
Yeah. Trent Green, former Kansas City Chief.
And then we're getting down the list. Micah McFadden, current New York Giants linebacker.
No clue who that is.
You're good.
You should stop.
Roger Saffold, Pro Bowl offensive lineman.
Stop.
All right. So your point's on solid footing is my point. Antoine Randall is your most famous Indiana Hoosier football player.
I think if and again it's not happening, or it hasn't, I should say, happened in the Southeastern Conference, but when you see a program like TCU and Sonny Dykes, or you see, and I know they were in the national championship a couple years ago, you see this happen, and who knows what will happen with the Indiana college football playoff appearance last year. They're right in line to not just be that, but maybe more this upcoming season. He feels like that he can have success there. and he's in a good spot where, Tommy, if he wanted to go elsewhere, he could. Like, there's no question about that he would be, if he made it a point to his agent, hey, I want the Penn State job, I want the Florida job, he would be a top 3, top 2 candidate, I would think.
Interested to see as the details of his extension come out, what modifications, if any, or where does his buyout stand? Because to me, it's not the 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 million. And maybe we're headed to a point we're going to pay a coach 15 to 20 million in college football. Those are big dollars. What's your buyout? Because right now, Kirby Smart has a buyout in excess of $100 million. These schools can't be handcuffed to these coaches when things go bad where you financially can't afford to get out of these deals. Yeah, we'll pay you more, but we're not going to pay you a whole lot more when you leave. Now, that's a two-way street. These coaches also have to get their buyouts in line as well. So. Hey, you sent a very exciting text earlier this week that our friends at Jam Mart are going to be bringing some chicken tenders over here. They got their customer appreciation coming up next Thursday, the 23rd, from 10 till 2. Ty, tell us more.
Yeah, the specials are going to be happening with Crispitos, corn dogs, tenders, and more, 99 cents, plus discounted gas from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They're drawing for a gas card. Brad Tyson and the team are doing that as well. Again, daily specials plus 99 sausage biscuits all week long, Monday to Friday, weekdays. So take advantage of that. Customer Appreciation Day, Jam Mart, Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith, this Thursday, October 23rd, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., plus the 99-cent sausage biscuit specials all week long.
I may have to reroute that's kind of on my way to work if I go that. I may have to make a point to go that direction.
Make it that day.
Yeah.
Coming up, we've got Chris Marler talking some college football next.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of Beef. Itswhatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Designed by Jason Christie, the Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait doesn't just bring the fight, it dominates. Choose from 3 blade options: Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't talk about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma blade is your secret weapon for pressured waters. Precision engineering, tournament proven, and one mission: dominate. Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait, here for one thing.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanar.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
The first thing I'd do if I became a millionaire is, call my mom.
I would buy my mother a Maserati.
I definitely would buy a jet.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
This is the Morning Rush.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. All this month, take advantage of huge discounts on our road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
COP CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050. COP CDL Academy.
Artie's Original Bag is back Now with even more full-size sandwiches. Choose any two. The new spicy chicken sandwich, hot ham and cheese, hand-breaded chicken tender wrap, or charbroiled double cheeseburger. Mix and match any two. With fries and a drink, just $6.99. Why settle for junior burgers? Get big savings on full-size goodness in Hardee's country. Download the app and join my rewards for special offers. These items only, tax not included. Price and participation may vary. See app for terms.
Hi, this is Lindsay White, and I'm proud to share that White Office Machines has now officially become part of the Datamax family. You'll continue to see the same local support teams you know and trust, plus industry-leading Kyocera copiers with statewide service and expanded IT, phone, and document solutions. Together, we're stronger, and together we're ready to create a raving fan out of your business. I know my dad and our staff are excited about this new chapter, as it takes our capabilities to a whole new level for you. Learn more at datamaxarkansas.com.
Family owned and operated since 1950, Crabtree RV Center is proud to have served the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas for 75 amazing years. From a small dealership on Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith to 17 acres located at the junction of I-40 and I-49 in Alma, Arkansas, Crabtree RV Center is your one-stop shop for sales, service, and parts. Come celebrate 75 years with us and take advantage of spectacular savings all year long. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Dental emergencies do not wait, and neither should you. At Valley Urgent Dental, they're here for you on the weekends, whether it's a broken tooth, a painful infection, or a crown that's come loose. Dr. Kendall Roberts and Dr. Doug Terry are ready to help. Why wait till Monday? Call 479-235-5655 now. Valley Urgent Dental is located at 5505 Uper Lane behind Golden Corral in Fort Smith. Valley Urgent Dental, emergency dental care when you need it most.
Here's NASCAR Hall of Famer Mark Martin.
As a race car driver for 40 years, I survived a lot of crashes. Not everyone can run into a wall at 200 miles an hour and walk away. Without a seatbelt, I wouldn't be alive today. Now I'm retired, back home in Arkansas driving my pickup. I'm shocked how many people aren't wearing seatbelts. Why risk your life when it only takes 2 seconds to buckle up? Take it from number 6. Buckle up, Arkansas.
A message from the Arkansas State Police Highway Safety Office. ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, partly to mostly sunny sky. Our high temperatures right around the middle 80s. Tonight, mainly clear to partly cloudy, low to mid 60s. Saturday, showers, a chance of some thunderstorms. Our high temperatures on Saturday will be in the lower to middle 80s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936.
KERX Paris Fort Smith.
We come here to win. We never expect to lose.
ESPN 95.3.
McFadden will get the direction now. Fakes it, keeps it, comes left. Watch out! Get some guys like Darren McFadden, baby.
It's once more. See ya, T-Mac. Hold on, man, Ryan. T-Mac not looking back. Touchdown. How about that Heisman, Mark Jones? How do you like
it?
that?
Open again.
Yo, what up, Razorback fans? Darren McFadden here. Hey, I just want to tell you guys, man, I really appreciate you guys for the continued love and support, man. It makes me proud to be a Razorback, man. It makes me proud to put that Razorback red on. I want to tell you guys, like I said, I really appreciate it. I'll be back on the hill this Saturday for the Texas A&M game, man. I hope to see you guys there. I want you guys to go and come on out, man. Support our Hogs, man. Let's cheer them on, and hopefully I'll run into you guys. Take care. Have a good one, and always go Hogs.
Live from the Busch Light Studios. With Ty Richardson.
Just want to compete, Tommy.
And Tommy Kraft.
Why, hell yes, it's on the players.
Okay. And produced by Colton Little. This is The Morning Rush.
All right, it's hour 2 of the Morning Rush. Chris Marler, LouisianaSports.net, ESPN 104.5 in Baton Rouge, going to join us to talk some college football. Back to the game tomorrow, Razorback Stadium, 2:30 on ESPN right here, of course, on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com, plus our Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell. Think these players are going to compete? Think they're going to show up tomorrow?
Yeah. I don't have any reason to think they're going to lay down. They didn't on the road at Tennessee. I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, you make the case they did against Notre Dame, but I think that those days are behind you. I don't think you make the case. I think it was obvious. But no, I think Petrino will have his team play hard. I don't know if they're best. Is Arkansas's A game enough against a very potent A&M team?
Sure it is. I mean, last year you look at a college football playoff contender in Tennessee who only lost one other regular season game. You beat them. Now the offense is going to have to do a lot more this game against Texas A&M than the Tennessee game last year. But I think for Texas A&M, again, they were tested in South Bend. But Tommy, they play these games at home. I get it; they're undefeated. But you always talk about that, like, just because you're undefeated doesn't make you better than a one-loss team. And I can't definitively say that A&M's better than Alabama or Georgia, who both have one loss on their resume, or LSU. I just don't feel that way. I know, again, they're undefeated, and they're number 4 in the country, and they might be the best they've been since 2012, 11-2, Johnny Manziel. But I think they're going to get tested on Saturday tomorrow.
All right. I hope you're 100% right. Hopefully they're tested for 4 full quarters. It is a Football Friday brought to you by QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in advanced regenerative medicine. Patients fighting pain are getting lasting relief using advanced cellular level treatments with QC Kinetics, with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. We were all joking around here in the office earlier this morning with the staff in a meeting, and everybody was talking about their pains and their cricks and their snap, crackles, and pops. And the old young whippersnapper over here was trying to say how he hurt getting out of bed
sore
at the old
Leg
age
day.
of 30. Well, listen, joint pain's the real deal, and it does affect your day. It does affect the things that you do. So if your knees, back, hip, or shoulders hurt all the time, don't do surgery, drugs, and steroids and pain pills until you've talked to QC Kinetics. If that's what your doctor's offering, there's a better way. 479-999-1234 is their number. 999-1234 for QC Kinetics.
I knew I was forgetting something, and I forgot to think about it. Just been focused on practice, really, and getting our players prepared and ready to go. You know, it's been great on the video study that we've done with the staff, and then the practice schedule with our players. I feel like we'll be ready to go.
That was Bobby Petrino, and asked earlier this week about him being the head coach once again and Razorback Stadium. Things coming full circle. It's crazy to think back from 2011 to now, what things have and transpired to be in nearly, again, a decade and a half. We bring in our buddy Chris Marler, LouisianaSports.net, ESPN 104.5, also co-host of the Fourth and Ron podcast. Chris, what's it like, not as an Arkansas fan, but a guy that just covers college football, to see Bobby Petrino once again at the helm in Fayetteville?
You know, the SEC has kind of like screwed so many teams out of certain situations this year. I think that it should just start doing this at least once a year for every team. Like, every team, if we're going to play the FCS games that no one apparently wants to see in November, how about we bring an alumni back or an old coach, and they have to coach that game? So I want to see Jim McElwain back in Florida. I want to see Mike Price back at Alabama. That would be fun. I love it. I think the thing with Petrino, man, is like, it sucks the way he went out was so odd and sensationalized from like just the social media side of it and media in general. It seems like he's grown up, and it seems like he's happy to be back where he is, which is good. And I also think that, like, you just had such a tough run with Pittman, and I love Pittman to death, but it was just such a tall task and a tough hill to climb with what they had from a scheduling standpoint and just the obstacles that he had. It'll be fun to watch Bobby Petrino go in there with one of the best quarterbacks in the country and just kind of be able to let it like all hang loose. You know what I mean? Or just really, really, I think like let it all fly against A&M.
If there was a House of Cards for college football, the Netflix show House of Cards, this Arkansas season feels like a House of Cards script. The way things have come full circle as you're describing.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, I think there's you know, like Petrino, the moment he was announced as the OC, I think we all kind of had in the back of our minds, like, surely this is not going to play out the way we all think it will, right? Where he ends up becoming the interim coach at some point. And it was like you're the rational part of your brain, which admittedly as a lifelong SEC guy is not very big for me at least. The rational side of me was like, there's no way. And then like you say it and you immediately think, man, but what if? And it would be kind of hysterical if it was. But I do think it'll be a fun weekend up there in Fayetteville.
Chris, I've been reading this has an AI generated deal. This can't be true. Vanderbilt is favored over LSU. What in the world is going on with this as the Tigers go to Nashville as an underdog? I mean, are you kidding me?
The scariest part is that it was a 1.5 point line when it opened, and it went up to 2.5. And so, listen, 3 weeks in a row, Vegas has sent a line out to the masses, and they're like, "You're not dumb enough to take it, are you?" And I'm like, I have every single week. I've been like, "Wait, like Texas is only a 6-point favorite. Georgia, at Florida, hammer Texas." And we all saw how that ended. Then the next week they were like, "By the way, after that horrible loss, guess what? Texas is favored over OU." And I'm like, obviously I'm hammering OU. It feels like Vegas is trying to tell us something this week about LSU and Vandy. First time they've been favored over a top 10 team since 1978. First time they've been favored over LSU since 1948. So wild times. I didn't even know they were gambling back then. I guess they had to. There was no cable television, so that makes sense for the entertainment. I like LSU in this one, though. I really do. I think it's a good game. I think or it should be a good game. I think it'll be probably low scoring. And Vandy is a good football team, for sure. They are a very good football team. They don't make a ton of mistakes, and they do. It kind of ends up being that at their own detriment, and why one of the reasons they lost to Bama. But I think them coming off the bye, especially, they have a really good opportunity to get a big national or a big win on the national stage. I just like LSU, man, because that defense, everyone talks about the problems on offense. The defense is still very, very good.
Well, one of their defensive guys, Whit Weeks, questionable, listed last night. Nussmeyer's also seems like he's dealing with maybe 1 or 2 injury deals. How much has that affected them and will affect them tomorrow?
You know, Ty, you're going to be most affected by this and be upset because he shaved his head. And outside of J.D. Patel, not many people have a better head of hair than you and Whit Weeks. So now we're just down to 2. We're just down to 2. It's just you and J.D. But, yeah, that was a shock to see him and the team building this the past couple of days with the shaved head. I think the injury, it's kind of like they had him in a walking boot. They said it's going to be a game time decision. I would be shocked if he's not on the field. Nussmeier, I think he's been banged up more than maybe Brian Kelly has kind of let on, and really or more than Nussmeier has let on. I will also tell you this. I thought he had more zip on his throws last week against South Carolina. He looks more comfortable. And there were a ton of mistakes that they need to shore up for sure, but still the most yards and most passing yards they put up against any G or any Power 4 opponent this year. I thought it was a massive step forward. And I honestly, I get the feeling that with Vandy especially, because they're going to try to run the ball, control the clock, win the turnover battle, and do the things that make them what they are, like from an identity standpoint. But I think you put Harold Perkins on Eli Stowers, and I think you figure out a way that if Witt or Wes Weeks can spy Pavia, I think they're fine. And I just don't see Vanderbilt being able to score a lot of points on that defense.
Nussmeier was my clear QB1 heading into this fall, and he hasn't lived up to that. You referenced Talon earlier. We've seen him in SEC games on the road in Knoxville. I know they had the fumbles last week, but statistically he looked pretty good. What has Talon been? Where do you evaluate him at this point in the season?
I mean, it is the most fun backyard football you can watch. It's like I would watch that kid with just draw plays up in the dirt and go play for 60 minutes because it is I think not being like hyperbolic or dramatic here, but I feel like he is the most electrifying and like highlight reel type player at that position in the entire country. There's better quarterbacks for sure. But there are very few that are 6'6", that can run like him, throw the ball like him. And when he's on, he is, I think, the best quarterback in the SEC. The issue is, and you didn't see it in the first couple games this year. The first couple games, he didn't turn the ball over at all. He had like 12 touchdowns, 1 interception. And then the 2024 version of Talon kind of came through, and you start seeing the fumbles last week against Tennessee. You start seeing some of like the throws. There was a couple of throws he made, I think, I'm trying to remember what game it was. It was about 3 weeks ago. I think it was an early game. But it was against Memphis, and he was fitting the ball in some tight windows, is how the broadcast was describing it. But I don't think there was an Arkansas fan watching that game that was like not uneasy with where he was putting the ball and what he was seeing. And then we ultimately see that end up manifesting into an interception in the fourth quarter. And it's just I think if he can figure out a way to just limit the turnovers. I hate to say it because I think he's a better quarterback stealing-wise than Marcel Reed, but if you could just play like Marcel Reed, where you have 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, and only 1 turnover each week, that feels like an improvement because he is going to put up numbers every time he steps on the field.
Cigar game, Tennessee, Alabama. I think Tennessee played their C plus, B minus game against the Razorbacks last week. Alabama has just continued to roll in the SEC. Who's smoking the cigars when all the dust settles tomorrow evening?
God, Ty knows how I feel about this. I don't. I'm trying to just be as professional as possible, but my disdain for that fan base in Orange is pretty palpable. I like this game for Tennessee, and I like it for a couple of reasons. Last week, Bama goes to Missouri on the road. They get a big win. I didn't know this until Reese Davis said it. I honestly thought it was a mistake, much like their game day guest pickers have been. But he was telling the truth, and it was the fifth team in SEC history to win 3 straight games against top 25 SEC opponents in 3 consecutive weeks. And I didn't know that only 4 teams prior to Bama had done that. So they go win 3 straight games in 3 straight weeks against top 25 SEC teams. How do they get rewarded? Number 11, Tennessee at home. I feel like it's got to be hard at some point to get back up emotionally for yet another massive matchup, this time a rivalry, a revenge game. Tennessee, what does Tennessee do best? They figure out a way to spread you out. They run the football after you are spread out. It feels like you got 10 men on the field on defense at all times. And then the other thing is they score early, and they get on you early. And we've seen, I think, in going into last season, Josh Heupel's teams, they scored first in 33 of his 38 games. Wow. I think at the end of the season, they scored first in 42 of the 51 or something like that going into this year. And so he is very good on script. Tennessee is always very good on script under him. I think they go into this, they get the ball first. I think they score first. And then the question becomes if Bama can go answer, because I don't feel like this team is built like 2022 Bama, where, yeah, you might be down 28-10 early, but you're going to figure out a way to claw your way back into it, even though it was a loss. Every time we've seen this team under DeBoer get down early by multiple scores, Florida State, Michigan in the bowl game, Vandy last year, Oklahoma last year, they all ended up being losses. So that's a concern. And I feel like this team is very good. They should win. I'm hoping Vegas is trying to tell us something about that too, because the line is dang near 8.5, 9 points. But I think it's going to be very uncomfortable for about 3.5 hours, and it's going to be a lot more high scoring than Bama wants it to be. I think they win in a close one.
Chris Marler with us, 104.5 ESPN, LouisianaSports.net, co-host of Fourth and Wrong podcast. Chris, speaking of game day, James Franklin, one of those guys that's going to be on there at some point tomorrow. Is he coaching or is he on TV next year?
I think he's at Florida. He needs him at Florida or Florida State is the perfect fit. I don't think Florida State can financially afford literally anything because of how bad the administration's been. But I think he's coaching again. I do love the contract, though, Ty. I love the contract where it's like, hey, and listen, you got to promise us that we're going to pay you all this money, but you have to promise that you're actually looking for a job. Yeah, totally, man. Totally. I'm thumbing through the classifieds as we speak, but you just sent me $52 million.
That was the deal with Chris with Bielema, Tommy.
They ended up in a lawsuit here over it and settled. But, yeah, I mean, you got to mitigate the contract and I don't know all the particulars on Franklin. I know there's an allowance for $4 million of it per year. But bottom line is I think the guy probably wants to still coach and doesn't want his career to end like this. My question, Chris, is as we're seeing this higher than I expected number of coaches fired at this point, basically halfway through the year, what do the new contracts look like, and what are the buyout terms? Because the one with Kirby Smart's crazy. It's over $100 million for them to part ways if they wanted to for some reason. What will buyouts look like in this next round as Jimmy Sexton and these ADs go back and forth to get the details worked out?
Well, so Cignetti, I think he got a fully guaranteed one if they fire him without cause.
That's crazy.
I could be wrong about
crazy.
that. Remember when Jimbo Fisher did this, I kept calling it the Dan Uggla contract because growing up in Atlanta, the Braves used to make some pretty questionable decisions in the offseason, but all baseball contracts were all fully guaranteed. And I will never forget having to watch Dan Uggla sign for 5 years, $75 million, and then strike out 187,000 times each season that he was in Atlanta. So this contract that Jimbo got, I did not think it was going to set a precedent. I thought we were all going to look at that and say, oh, man, that is real dumb. Like A&M, you have outdone yourself for how stupid that is. And also, let's not forget, guys, when they beat Bama in 2021, they re-upped. And it wasn't just $75 million. They gave him $121. Yeah, he got an extension. And then pretended they had COVID and didn't play the bowl game. But that's neither here nor there. Big Jimbo guy here. But I think the next wave of these things I feel like somebody has to take the power back in college football, because it's just the pendulum has swung so far past what is like normal, logical, and reasonable, really. But the thing is, and I've said this for several years now about college football, but especially in the SEC, I don't know just as well as I do. Money's not real. Money's not real down here. It's like they will find a way and figure out, like, whether it's a loophole, like we saw with Tennessee when they fired what's his name, Jeremy Pruitt. And they figured out a way to find cause, in quotes, or if we find something like with Jimbo, where they just like find the biggest booster and say, hey, need a loan. Can we put this on Klarna? And then just go from there. So I don't know what's next, but at some point we need some logic and reason back in college football.
Exactly, because emotion trumps logic, and none of these big boosters that fund this would ever run their own business the way that we're setting these up. I mean, they didn't get wealthy and have this pile of cash by making dumb contractual decisions like we see over and over again.
Well, you think about this too. Like this is the weird part about college football now, because in the past, I remember Alabama. I think my dad had season tickets in like the early 2000s. Actually, he got rid of them after, I believe it was Matt Jones and Arkansas beat them in double overtime in 2003. I think that was like his final straw.
Chris Balsero, yep.
Okay. Yeah, but that whole nice little trauma dump on this fine Friday morning. But no, they had. I remember like they were trying to build something. They needed $100 million, and they got like 50 of it within like a month, and that felt like it was a massive deal. Now you talk about like what boosters have to do, and the people in the administration having to say, hey, we need to buy out a coach, or we need more money for this, or now it used to be like the arms race, and like we need to upgrade the facilities, we need to do stuff to the stadium, like things that these recruits like to see. But now you got to go in and say, hey man, we need money to go pay this player and to have for the facilities. Now we have a buyout. Now we got to go get a new coach, and we have to go promise them even more money because we were such idiots in the last hire. So it doesn't feel like it's ever going to have a breaking point, because every time you should kind of hit rock bottom. And I'm looking directly at like Auburn and Florida, who've been really bad in the hiring process. Like every time you feel like you hit rock bottom, then you have to go figure out a way to get out of it once again. And this time, if you're Florida, what is that? Paying Lane Kiffin or offering him like $13 million? It's crazy.
Chris, we'll leave it there, buddy. Good stuff as always. Chris Marler on 104.5 Baton Rouge, LouisianaSports.net, co-host of the Fourth and Wrong podcast. Good stuff as always, man. We'll catch up soon. Okay.
Sounds good, brother.
All right. Chris Marler with us here on a Football Friday, brought to you by QC Kinetics. It's 10:20 as we march forward, a little over 26 or so hours, 27 hours till the Hogs take on A&M.
He mentioned that game in 2003, I believe, where Matt and company went to Tuscaloosa and won that game. Chris Balsero, game winner. That is also the same year, the last time Tennessee went into Tuscaloosa and won that game.
Where dreams can be fulfilled. The Crimson Tide of Alabama first to take the field.
Old Vern on the call. Mike, was it Shula, Price, and DeBose, the Mikes? They were coached by Shula at the time in 2003. That Bama team was, I think,
the boys never actually coached a game.
He just was it the drugs and whatever?
No, it was the credit cards and the strip clubs got him in trouble. So. But then he went to, was it UTEP, or he went somewhere else and ended up having some success. He coached again, but I mean, he never made it from spring to fall at Alabama. It came unraveled in a hurry. Hey, designed by Jason Christie, the Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait doesn't just bring the fight, it dominates it. Choose from 3 blade options: the Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't tell you about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma Blade is your secret weapon for pressured waters, precision engineering, tournament proven, and one mission. That's to dominate. The Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait, here for one thing, made by Pradco in Arkansas.
Let's talk some more SEC football. We got our SEC update coming up, and we'll get back to what's going on in Fayetteville this weekend. Arkansas and the Aggies. Stay with us. It's the Morning Rush.
You're in the middle of Football Friday on the Morning Rush, presented by QC Kinetics. Get real lasting relief from chronic joint pain.
It's great to be able to be a hog.
This is the Morning Rush.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. All this month, take advantage of huge discounts on our road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
Freshen up your golf game at the Golf Nut. We've got the latest apparel and head covers from Pins and Aces, plus new shirts and shorts from Red Vanley. Ghost golf bags are here in Sunday bag, carry, and card 14 styles. Zero torque putters are the hottest thing on the greens. Check out our models from TaylorMade, Lab Golf, and Odyssey. For precision on every shot, we've got rangefinders from Blue Tees and Bushnell. Visit the Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith. Fort Smith's #1 golf shop since 1994.
At Wave Rural Connect, our mission is to improve the quality of life in our communities. Across the River Valley of Arkansas and Oklahoma, residents and businesses are experiencing the difference of our high-speed internet. Wave Rural Connect Internet provides a reliable residential connection for streaming, gaming, remote work, and homeschooling. Our business solutions provide the speed, stability, and security that you need, whether you're a mom-and-pop flower shop or large business. Check availability online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 833-492-8372.
If it rumbles, roars, or needs a little more power, take it to Exhausted Muffler and Motorsports in Clarksville. From muffler and catalytic converter repair to full custom exhaust systems, they've got you covered. Need welding or mobile welding along with equipment repair? They do that too. Custom fabrication done right. Located at 215 East Taylor Road. For performance, precision, and power, it's Exhausted Muffler and Motorsports. Call today at 479-214-2729 or stop by today.
Arkansas is our place. It's our place to keep it beautiful. So get your hands dirty and do your part during the Great Arkansas Cleanup, happening now through October 31st. Find events all around the state, or even better, host your own event and recruit your friends. Let's team up and get this done. Learn more and sign up today at KeepArkansasBeautiful.com. A message brought to you by the Keep Arkansas Beautiful Commission, this station, and the Arkansas Broadcasters Association.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about to be tough there, yes. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally Climb the Hill. It's the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
I had a great time doing it when I was down there. There's quite a few players back. There's obviously a lot of new ones, but my thoughts on Arkansas A&M always put you in Dallas. So it's nice to be able to play here in Arkansas. Never got to do that. We always played in Dallas. I think it'd be a good thing now to be able to play in Arkansas and at Texas A&M.
Not many neutral site games left now, Tommy, in the SEC. Think about Texas and Oklahoma. That was just in Dallas last week. Florida and Georgia, that's coming up. This is something that's going away with at least yearly. I know there'll be certain one-offs or certain events like Arkansas and Texas Tech in Vegas, or Auburn playing Baylor in Atlanta. But we're seeing a lot of teams going away from this model, which has been a part of college football for quite some time.
The bowl games are being threatened. If you're in the in club and you're one of the top bowls, you're doing okay because you're going to be part of the college football playoff. If you're some of these other bowls and you're not in the right markets, you got to find ways to maybe get some early season stuff. Most of these bowls or most of these locations are in the big boy bowls. Mm-hmm. They're played in Atlanta. They are played early season games in Vegas. They're played in places that the bowls are tied into these, and they make it worthwhile financially. So, these are made-for-TV events, made-for-TV games in locations that are destinations for the fan bases. And if they're not too frequent, they don't mind. But I don't know that Georgia, Florida wants to move. I don't know that Oklahoma, Texas wants to move. That the tradition of those games and where they're played, the State Fair with the Red River rivalry, I don't see those changing anytime
Kirby
soon.
wants to move out of it, but I don't think it's gonna. I don't think collectively, like you're saying, Georgia or Florida.
Well, and they're unlike War Memorial. And you could even, and I know that the Cotton Bowl has spent a ton of money renovating the old Cotton Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing at NFL Stadium in Jacksonville. You're not taking this huge step down in the quality of the locker room or the fan experience.
It's moving to, help me on this, Orlando or Tampa a year off?
Yeah, because they're remodeling.
Yeah.
They're doing something. I think that's right. So, but in the end, the schools will decide. For Arkansas and A&M, it wasn't the right fit, and you were playing in perhaps the greatest football facility in the world.
We were talking about earlier in the show coaching firings rankings right now. Luke Fickell's the highest, Napier second, Norvell's third, Hugh Freeze is fourth. Some SEC notables there with Freeze and Billy Napier. James Franklin, also some odds, has the second highest odds to end up at Arkansas. Virginia Tech is listed at 1, and then Arkansas is his second highest destination, at least betting-wise, at 2.
Maybe Phil and Matt, if you're listening, ask Neil Atkinson when he comes on, because he joins them on Fridays from Bet Saracen, how much action do these type of wagers get? Because I can't imagine anyone laying a bunch of money down on James Franklin being the next head coach at Arkansas.
What I asked Marler earlier, do you think Franklin is doing TV or coaching next year?
I think coaching.
He said Florida. What do you think?
There's a lot of ADs out there under pressure to bring in a big name. He's a big name. He's got a resume that will win the press conference.
The Florida crew, Ty, I don't know if they would settle for Franklin. I think they really want someone like Kiffin or someone like Marcus Freeman. They're trying to lure somebody away.
Man, if I'm Kiffin and I'm Freeman, Kiffin's already been trying to lure his family. He's talked about his family. Andrew's been on the record that she basically helped keep him in Oxford. I don't see Florida pulling him away. And I used to think that he was gone.
I don't think Florida's that much better a job. I think it is a little better than Ole Miss, but I think with what he's got set up, it's a great time to be a successful coach because there's going to be a lot of options. Lots of options in November.
So with Signetti doing that, and while Kiffin is...
So is Penn State now the best job open?
Yes, but Florida is going to, I think, surpass that. In my opinion, when it comes open, we had because it was
those are close.
It was back and forth yesterday when we had that discussion. I think Kiffin stays put. I know Franklin's looking for a job right now. I think Eli Drinkwitz is potentially going to be the most highly coveted coach right in this offseason, if not during the season right now. And I know he doesn't like his OC being speculated, but I would think that's the guy that is on everyone's hot board, top 3. I don't know if he'd be like Kiffin and stay put, but I would think he would be the one that would be most aggressively pursued of any coach in college football.
kudos to Indiana's leadership for locking their guy down early and staying out of the fray that's ensuing. If you're Ole Miss, if you're a school that wants to keep your coach that's going to be highly coveted, so who mentioned Freeman a minute ago? Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd start having these conversations now. Signetti's off the board. No one's coming to talk. Get him on the dotted line now. If Ole Miss wants to keep Lane Kiffin, start talking now, and I bet they have, because these schools that love their coach and want to keep him redo their contract today.
Let's stay on the contracts in just a sec. That's your SEC update here on a Football Friday.
Hey, if you have a dental emergency this weekend, you do not have to wait till Monday. Valley Urgent Dental knows that your pain cannot wait. If you got a broken tooth, a painful infection, maybe a sports injury from a football game, they have you covered. Dr. Kendall Roberts and Dr. Doug Terry, they're there when you need them the most, and that's the weekend when your dentist is closed. 479-235-5655. They're not trying to replace your dentist. They're just trying to give you relief and care when you need it the most. Valley Urgent Dental, available on weekends when your dentist is away. Valley Urgent Dental, 5505 Upper Lane in Fort Smith behind Golden Corral. Don't wait. Your smile deserves more. Valley Urgent Dental, 479-235-5655.
So on the subject of contracts, Mike Irwin went on the Hospitality Room podcast and said this of contracts when it comes to Dan Mullen and Bobby Petrino.
There are two guys out there that would take this job without any conditions whatsoever. You hire me, I'm coming. Mm-hmm. One of them is Bobby Petrino, right? And the other's Dan Mullen. Mullen has basically told them, hey, you don't have to give me NIL guarantees. You don't have to give me a bunch of money. You know, I'll deal with the buyout I have here. I want to come.
So on the subject of money, like Kirk Signetti, who's making $11.6 million now, which I think puts him at third in all of college football, you're advocating for ADs to get out in front of these certain coaches and whatnot. How, if you're Hunter Yurachek, board of trustees and search firm, whatever else, and you're involved, is it even more attractive to a coach, for a coach that's willing to take less to entice you? Is that how enticing is that relative to what you're searching for? Because that's kind of what I was thinking about.
Listen, there's a lot of people that'll sign up for $6 or $7 million. I figure Arkansas is going to end up spending that if they go outside of their current interim head coach and Bobby Petrino. So, you've got to find the coach that can win. You got to find the coach that, don't tell me you don't care about NIL money, because that's the wrong answer for me. I don't want to hear that. I want a coach that knows, hey, I can only do so much with X's and O's and strategy and game planning. I've got to buy some good groceries. I got to have players. Mm-hmm. There's a guy are you trying to run to something or from something? Mm-hmm. Are you trying to get out of Vegas where the money isn't quite what you got used to at Florida and Mississippi State, and you want to get back to the SEC? Or, are you running because you really believe you can be a winner at Arkansas? You can't win at Arkansas without an appropriate NIL budget. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't take the job if I didn't have the resources to win. So, I mean, yes, you're going to get a buyout. Yes, you're going to get a great contract. Yes, you're going to make some money. But, coaches also view Arkansas as a career killer, because it's taken Bielema a while to come back full circle and get back to where his career was prior to coming to Arkansas. Chad Morris will never coach again. Killed his career at Arkansas. Sam Pittman has retired from college football coaching. How long did it take Bobby Petrino? He still hasn't come back. He went to Louisville. I guess he had the brief stop at Louisville at a Power 5 at that time coaching spot. But Arkansas is also not deemed as a safe, sure bet in the coaching community either.
So how do you convince someone, with everything you just stated is correct, of coaching prowess, of this? You mentioned the money, but if they still have it in the back of their mind that if I go to Fayetteville and I fail, I might not ever coach again.
Because you got to have the resources to have a chance to win.
You have to open your checkbook.
I mean, I don't think coaches run from challenges. They're competitors.
They
have egos. Yeah. Exactly. I can do that. I could turn that program around if I could get this, this, and this. Mm-hmm. But I don't think Dan Mullen can come in here without money. Dan Mullen tells me he can come in here and I don't need any guarantees on what you can raise for NIL, I'm scared of that.
That tells me he wants to cash a check himself.
Yes,
He's just here
you're
to
here
call
for the paycheck.
plays, not do any work.
That's not a winning game plan.
Okay.
Where can you win without an NIL budget now? In addition to
FCS.
rev share. Huh?
In the FCS, where NIL doesn't matter. Only
Your
place
players,
you
are
win.
still,
exist,
your players
you know.
are still getting plucked apart or plucked.
Tells me he doesn't understand the game if that's indeed what he has said. Now, that's Mike Irwin telling us that. Mike's been around a long time. I don't have any reason to doubt him. But if that's Dan Mullen's view of the job, I'm going to set him to the side for a little bit.
And if those are your two best candidates, those are the only two people that are really, I know it's what the first names we hear are never the ones that end up being. But if it's Petrino and Mullen, you got to start finding some money to get somebody a lot better than that.
Don't you want to have to woo somebody a little bit? I don't want to offer the job to somebody that'll just take it regardless.
Yeah.
I want someone that I've got to convince them a little bit that, I understand wanting the job's a plus to the fans. But if you got to woo them a little bit away from a great situation, they're probably a good coach.
Is that if it comes down to those two candidates versus Barry Lundy and Sam Pittman, how much of an upgrade in terms of a pool is that with Petrino and Mullen versus what you had in Lundy and Sam Pittman?
I mean, I think
it's an upgrade because both of those guys have head coaching experience compared to Lundy and Sam Pittman.
And they've won in the SEC.
I would still, I don't think Rhett Lashley's coming, and I'm not advocating that it's Rhett. I just like someone that checks the same boxes, his age group that he's in. Head coaching experience, OC experience at big time levels. SMU's not the biggest time level, but it is a Power 4 job now. I think youth is important in today's game. I think being able to relate. You watch what happened at Penn State and how it came apart after a near win against Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think the money that's been infused in the locker room makes it a tinderbox now, because now when there's adversity, everybody's got enough money to go their own corner and say, I don't really care what you guys do. I'm not going to play. I mean, everybody gets an attitude.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't tell you that's exactly what happened at Penn State, but we're seeing it across sports when adversity sets in, and it's going to, and now you got a locker room full of guys making six figures or more. People kind of go to their own corners and don't pull together as a team. That's human nature.
Yeah. So Matt's, we get a chance, obviously, each and every day from 11 to 2 to hear the relationships and the things that Matt was able to build in 4 years at Arkansas from 2001 to 2004. Nowadays, you might just be with the guy 1 year. What do you think is a stronger relationship? A 4-year when you're seniors, or a final destination? And this is not just something you have to experience in Fayetteville. It's easier, say, in the likes of Columbus, Ohio, or Athens, Georgia, or Tuscaloosa, Alabama, when you're winning, because you don't go through these trials and tribulations. Like, people can still be ticked off at people if you're winning. But when the losing kind of, like, you add that on, and then you have the relationships that appear on the surface are fine, but in reality they're not. It makes it that much more difficult.
APAC and Standard Materials Group, there for you when you need top quality aggregates and ready-mix concrete plus asphalt as well. They'll to your job site. If you're if you're a contractor in that business, they're the number one company to deal with. They get the most experience. They got the quarries, and they can get top quality products to you at a great price. Plus, they have full construction consultant services. They can walk you through every step of the job and keep your job on track and on budget. 479-587-3300 is the number for Ready Mix. 479-587-3300 for APAC and Standard Materials Group.
Jason is in Frankfort, Kentucky this morning here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Jason, what's up, man?
Here's what. Hi, good to talk to you guys. Here's my take on Dan Mullen and what I think he's probably trying to say, or at least his agent is trying to say. Is the agent is saying he will come, but he doesn't require an NIL, stipulation in his contract. That's my perspective on it in terms of the legalese. He doesn't. I'm sure that probably under the table he's thinking, let's do NIL, but there's not going to be anything. He wants a chance to prove that he can do it again.
He wants back at the big table. He's sitting with the kids at the card table at Thanksgiving. He wants to be invited back over with the adults. That's
still a fun table. Come on,
Dan Mullen wants to do.
For sure. So
but the chairs aren't as comfortable.
Yeah, right. So I guess it tends to make me trust him a little more in that he's like saying, give me a chance to try this, give me a chance to prove it. And I guess depending on the structure of the contract, I might be more willing to listen to a dude if he's saying, this is my prove me deal. I want to prove it. Yeah. You don't have to pay me this. You don't have to promise me this. This is my chance. That's my perspective on that. Let me ask you something about, I heard Bo Mattingly say something like J.B. Hunt is behind Bob Petrino or supporting him as a candidate. Is there any legs to that? Because I've read and I can't find anything in that. Do you all know something?
I have not. I think it was John L. Hunt specifically. I have not seen the post, but if Bo said it, he's not. I don't think he's just going to say something that
he didn't make it up.
No,
Okay.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen. I haven't seen the post though, but I'm going to guess that it's more accurate than it is just a suggestion or a report.
Okay. Well, I was just wondering, like I did, after he said that, I went looking for posts and stuff and couldn't find anything, so I didn't know if you all knew where it might have come from.
Heck,
Good to talk to you guys,
might have been
and
sent.
y'all take care.
Thank you, Jason.
Never know. Could have been sent to the JV Hunt employees. All right, Kevin and Rogers. Kevin, go ahead, man. You're on the Morning Rush.
Hey, Ty. Happy Friday. Tommy, how are you?
Hey, good morning, Kevin.
Yeah, it's a big high school. Got two things, high school football. If things go according to plan tonight, I do believe Rogers and Bentonville will be playing for the 7A West next week, if that's correct. I believe Rogers is at Springdale will be a tough matchup. And, of course, Bentonville, Fayetteville. You never know how that's going to go. Being a Mountie fan, that would be great to see. We'll see how that goes. Just to piggyback on your show, great show today, by the way, guys. Well, except for the guy from Louisiana being in. I think he's kind of a tool. But anyway, a comment about the Lane Kiffin. You don't think he'll leave because he's so happy there. Coaches, and if you look back over the last 10 years, this is right on it. Coaches that take over a program want to win a national title. They got 3 years to 4 years to do it, because after that fourth year, if they don't do it, it doesn't happen. I can't think of a coach in the last 10 to 12 years that took longer than 4 years to win a national title when they took over a program. Saban did it quick. Urban Meyer did it quick. Urban did it twice, two different schools. Kirby Smart, third year, national title. I just don't see Lane. I mean, what's he in his fourth year, fifth year there, longer?
Sixth, isn't it?
He's not going to win a national title. He's not going to win his national title there. He's just not. I mean, Florida wants to win national titles. That's usually that's why they hired Dan Mullen, and he was on that trajectory, but after 4 years, he's gone. I mean, so that's my comment on that. I wouldn't be surprised if Florida does throw a bunch of money. James Franklin, great coaching career, Penn State, averaged 9-10 wins a season. No national title. I mean, we can go all the way back with Georgia to Mark Richt. He averaged almost 10 wins a season. Never won a national title. They'll get rid of you. So I'll hang up and listen to what you think about those comments. Tomorrow, the weather is going to be our friend tomorrow. I don't believe A&M needs to even throw the ball to beat Arkansas. They are dominant on the line of scrimmage. They won't blitz all day. They get to the quarterback with 4 defensive linemen. I mean,
I agree, Kevin. I don't know why you'd put the ball in the air. You just keep running it on Arkansas. Yeah.
I mean, they beat Notre Dame at Notre Dame. I don't know why everybody seems to think that the fairy dust from Petrino is going to change that.
Yeah. Kevin, thanks for the call. We got to run, but yeah, I think this is, in my opinion, the best team Arkansas has played all year long to this point, and obviously they beat Notre Dame, and I think we're also might look up at the end of 12 games and continue to say that with the way LSU and Texas have also fared at this point. All right, more to come. Hey, if you've heard some news about the White River and the fishing and some temporary changes in fishing regulations, there have been some on the tailwaters of the Bull Shoals down to the confluence of the Norfolk and all the Norfolk River, but that doesn't mean that you can't still fish at Gaston's White River Resort. Fishing trips are still going on. They also have the ability to go to other parts if you don't want to do catch and release. But call Gaston's. They can answer all your questions, but don't let anybody trick you and say, hey, the fishing has been shut down. That is not true. Gaston's is still there, and it's a lot of fun to go fish. If you release every one of them, it's great for the fishery. But with the spring floods and with some recent things that have happened at the hatcheries, there's a temporary, and never heard of this before, stop on keeping fish in certain parts of the White River and the North Fork. Gaston's can explain it all, but fishing is still happening. Don't let anybody tell you twice or tell you something that's wrong. 870-431-5202. Gaston's is there. It's a lot of fun to get out there, and it's going to give you a better chance for that trophy brown or rainbow as well. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
You're in the middle of Football Friday on the Morning Rush, presented by QC Kinetics. Get real lasting relief from chronic joint pain.
That's kind of the problem up at LSU. They say that's the loudest place in the world. Well, they're loud because they start cooking about 8 o'clock there and they start drinking.
This is the Morning Rush.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off, or take 4.9% for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer and go 0 to 60 in under 3.9 seconds for as low as $9.99 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Poto Balloon Fest, Friday and Saturday, October 17th and 18th. Oklahoma's longest running balloon festival. Balloon monster truck, helicopter, and carnival rides. Balloon glows each night. ACBS competition. Fireworks, food trucks, craft vendors. Poto's Balloon Fest. Poto Balloon Fest, Friday and Saturday, October 17th and 18th. Oklahoma's longest running balloon festival. Balloon monster truck, helicopter, and carnival rides. Balloon glows each night. ACBS competition. Fireworks, food trucks, craft vendors. Poto's Balloon Fest.
Want pavement protection that goes the distance? Seal-Tite of Arklahoma now offers Rhino-Tite Premium Asphalt Emulsified Sealant, the next level in driveway and parking lot care. Healthier for the environment, Rhino-Tite delivers superior defense against weather, UV rays, and wear and tear. With its high solids content, you'll get a smoother, stronger, longer-lasting driving surface. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a contractor buying in bulk, Seal-Tite has the products and support you need. Visit SealTiteOklahoma.com today and protect your pavement with Rhino-Tite.
When you need tough and paint just isn't enough, check out River City Coatings in Van Buren. When it comes to your metals, paint can peel and crack over time. Whether it's your patio furniture, rims or trims on your automobile, or heavy equipment, no one has time for a redo. Powder coating provides the toughness you need. Preserve your investment with powder coating from River City Coatings. River City Coatings, certified John Deere, Caterpillar, ISO 9001, Packer, and UL provider of tough. River City Coatings, 471-7675 or online at rivercitycoatings.com.
Have you had Cheerwine yet? The cherry flavored soda has had people coming back since 1917. This is RD with Platinum Distributing. We help bring Cheerwine to the River Valley for you to try. Nothing goes with food like Cheerwine. Burgers, barbecue, pizza, you name it. Okay, now we're hungry and thirsty. Cheerwine is a one-of-a-kind soft drink with a unique cherry taste that has been delighting Southerners for more than a century. Pick up Cheerwine at your local Jam Mart, Harps, and other fine establishments. Cheerwine, uniquely Southern since 1917.
Archery deer season is here, and Infinity Sports and Outdoors has all your archery needs and more. Infinity Sports has top compound bows from Hoyt, PSC, Prime, Darton, Bear, and Elite Plus crossbows from 10 Point, Wicked Ridge, Barnett, and Killer Instinct, all tuned and ready to shoot. Expert bow techs with years of experience are on site to get you dialed in and ready to hunt. Infinity Sports and Outdoors, 3700 Highway 71 North in Alma.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 Fort Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
The Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
The first thing I'd do if I became a millionaire is, call my mom.
I would buy my mother a Maserati.
I definitely would buy a jet.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win Mega Millions jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-22-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
or you can pay for breach.
The worldwide leader in sports.
It was her first call game with my wife, and we ended up on that field. We were in section 104.
Brother, you just turned the light bulb on. You gotta go with somebody. At least I go with a winner.
Tommy, they're great.
You're listening to The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
He's black on the song.
For the Pittsburgh Steelers, last night as Cincinnati gets a win over a division rival. Joe Flacco, less than a week removed from his old pit stop in Cleveland, goes to Cincinnati, goes 31 of 47, 3 touchdowns, and big win last night. What a game. Good Thursday night football matchup.
Yeah, and
41 years old, I think. No, he's 40 and Rodgers 41.
So these guys are playing longer. I mean, quarterbacks, A, don't get hit, and B, they're taking better care of their bodies. So I don't think you're going to be surprised seeing guys in their 40s playing well at a high level moving forward.
And you mentioned earlier that NFL does whatever it can to protect.
They got skirts on them.
The high dollar assets.
I mean, that's where they spend their money. It's been a Football Friday here on the Morning Rush, brought to you by QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. Lasting relief for the pain in your joints with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. And they're right here in Northwest Arkansas. So gather your MRIs, gather your x-rays, and see our friends at QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, 479-999-1234. Halftime's on location today. Matt and Phil they're eating pizza today, right? Here we are slaving over hot microphones, and these guys are going to be diving into pizza at Mojo's.
Yep. Mission and crossover in Fayetteville, brought to you by JT Finley Shelter Insurance. So I know they're going to have fun for the next 3 hours. So if you're in Northwest Arkansas and Fayetteville, you want to stop by and see them, you can do that again next 3 hours from 11 to 2 live at Mojo's.
A little slice and a pint for lunch today.
Not bad.
A good way to spend a Friday.
Not bad. That's coming up next. Again, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, Big C. You can listen to the Bud Light Morning Rush podcast momentarily. Everyone have a great weekend.
Fishing for cold water bass on Beaver Lake or Table Rock, or fishing for a trophy brown trout on the Mighty White River. The